So today we're going to look at the bow tying frame. This is the most advanced of all the dressing frames that children can get in the classroom. And I really advise you wait until you think a child is really ready to succeed because it's got a lot of steps and it's kind of complicated. I don't know about you, but I remember the first bow I tied. My father had been trying to teach me for many weeks on how to do it. And one day I was in my kindergarten class that was nap time, and I was looking up at a portrait of George Washington that was on the wall, and I was on my little towel on a wooden floor. It wasn't very comfortable. And I had my little stuffed dog, and his bow came undone around his neck, and I followed what my father had told me, and I did it. And it was such a sense of victory. And I hear years, decades later, I still remember that day. And I think that there are certain activities, and bow tying is one of them, that are like real victories for children. So we want to make sure they get to feel the victory when they do this frame. So you're pulling out, having the two sides of the bow different colors makes it infinitely easier to figure out what you're doing with each, with each hand. Now, obviously, there's many ways to tie a bow, but this is proven to be probably one of the simpler ways to do it that's a real bow. And sometimes children will say, well, my mommy showed me this way or my daddy showed me this way. You never argue with the parent. And if the child has learned it a different way, then that's just perfect. The thing that I've discovered is that you don't ever want to make this too soon because it's it's complicated and you don't want the child to experience failure. So you kind of wait until you really think he can do it or she can do it. Now, this is one of the best movements of the whole thing. The big crisscross. Being able to cross the midline is a good exercise for the brain. Okay, see the next step now. Now we're just going to take this white one and push it through. Kind of peek. And again, maybe whether you're a parent or a teacher, you might do 2 of these and the child wants to do the next couple. That's quite fine. Or you could just have the child watch if they're interested in watching the whole thing. It's really up to you and the child. There's no one right way to do it. Now, I take my right hand and I make a bow with the left hand. And then I cross over and come through and peek. And then I just pull through and I've got my nice bow. So peek through. Go over the front, back around, and peek through. There you have a bow. So now you know the steps for tying a bow.